Okay.
This can all be in our podcast, by the way.
Well, hold on now. Let me get some volumes going. So, all right.
Just save that story.
Well, tell me the story. What's the story? I got.
Are you taking an alternate personality?
Why not? Why not have an alternate personality?
It's very similar to the first one you have.
What's the first one?
Just a real total creep. I would like to say hello to all the listeners out there. You are listening to Hey Listen, a podcast designed for you to make your life better.
What does Hey Listen mean?
Hey, listen, it's an intention grabber for you to... It's actually a demand. We're demanding you to hey, listen. And if you don't, bad things will happen. I have a... I have a voodoo doll. We are able to track every single one of the downloads and the people that don't download as well.
Yeah, we're gonna track every single person on the planet Earth that speaks English, because we're not completely prejudiced against non-English speaking people.
Well, speak for yourself. You can always edit that out.
I can edit it out.
But leave that in for all of our non-American folks. So they can immediately be offended right out of the gate. Hey, don't listen to these guys. Well, before I get way too ahead of myself, my name is Aaron Moyer, and with me doing the recordings, I have a fine, strapping, bearded young man.
Hey, you're bearded too.
I am.
We're both bearded. So my name's Troy Fishesser.
Hello, Troy.
And hello, Aaron.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Listen.
Listen?
Yeah. To this podcast.
We're it's not done recording yet. Should I stop it? I can stop it.
No, don't. Well, how much time have we recorded yet?
We're at like almost 3 minutes.
Great. Oh, this is a lot of hard work. Why am I sweating so much?
I don't know. You're nervous. I can tell. You're kind of like wiping your hands on your pants and stuff. Like you got sweaty hands. And
well, it's the blood.
What blood? Dude, I have no idea what he's talking about. But okay, what blood?
Well, it's the blood from earlier today. At times when I'm extremely nervous, I sweat blood, and but not in this particular case. This is from an earlier encounter I had with someone who said they were not going to download and listen to the podcast.
Oh,
and that ended in extreme gratuitous violence.
Wait, you can't confess to that on the podcast. You can't. We got to keep that stuff secret. We can't.
Just edit that out.
Yeah, we'll have to edit that out later because the cops will come for you.
Great. But that's what I need.
The only idea that I've really had for subjects concerning this podcast is just to like read news articles to you and see what you think about it. So I don't know. Let's start with the NBA. Let's start with sports.
Sports.
Yeah,
I like sports.
Yeah, I do too. I like sports a lot.
Breaks the sweat. Sports. I'm a big cricket fan.
So we've got Oklahoma City and San Antonio playing Game 5 tonight.
Is that an American team?
There's two teams, and one is from Oklahoma City, and one is in San Antonio, Oklahoma and Texas.
Now, is Oklahoma City in Oklahoma?
I believe so. I guess I could Google it. You want me to Google it?
Or is that I'm thinking of Kansas City in Missouri.
Kansas City is both in Kansas City and Missouri.
Whoa.
It's like on the border there, so it actually goes across. And like, you don't go across the tracks. It's like one of those things, like, if you're a pizza guy from the other side of the tracks, you don't come on our side of the tracks. Even if you live right on the tracks. I had a friend once, he lived like right on the other side of the tracks, and he used to have to walk to the other side of the tracks to get his pizza because the pizza guy would not come across.
Oh, man. Thank you, Obama.
Oh, what? What does that have to...
I don't know.
Okay.
Vote Obama.
Dang. This is sad. I don't want to read this. I'm reading news articles on Google News right now, and it's dang, everything is awful.
What about your sports question?
Yeah. Well, I guess we could keep going. Who are you picking in the San Antonio versus the Oklahoma City Thunder?
I'm picking the winner, of course.
The winner. Well, who is it
just between those two teams?
Yes.
There's not a third ambiguous team.
Well, I guess the referees, they could win the game.
They'll win the game.
Yeah, the refs. They're in control.
I love the Zebras.
They know what they're doing. It's 3-on-10 out there, but they're able to do it. At least I think there's 3 of them. Is there 3, or is there more than 3? I don't know.
That's a great question.
There's a monster in the closet.
That's fine. Well, you know who I like? I like the Spurs, despite them having a bit of a problem.
They lost 2 in a row now. All right. So last night we had Boston against Miami.
Is this a sports podcast?
No, we'll just start with sports.
Okay.
We'll go through some other news.
No, that's cool.
But this is, sports is my thing. I like sports a lot, so I'm just gonna start off with sports. So, Miami against Boston last night.
You are a man who loves sports.
I am. I am the type of person that has to watch SportsCenter every night before I go to sleep. If I don't, my life is just incomplete, and I have a hard time sleeping if I don't. It's like,
do you own a jockstrap?
I do actually. I wear it every night. I have to sleep with it on. It's just it's something I grew up with when I was 8. I started wearing one when I was 8 and playing baseball, and I just couldn't take it off, and so now I have it on right now. I can't take it off. It's just become too natural for me. So
that's incredibly.
The girls think it's pretty weird. Not gonna lie.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you for that confession.
Let's get back to the subject here. We got LeBron James got fouled out of a playoff game for the first time in history.
That's foul.
It's crazy, right? It's very pink in here. Why are we in? We're in Juliana's bedroom, by the way. I don't know if we said that earlier or not. So now you know we are in a 8-year-old and 8-year-old girl's bedroom. I did not realize how many stuffed animals are in here.
You're a man who wears a jockstrap 24/7, and you think this is weird.
Well, I've never had a sister. I've never had a daughter. I have no children.
This isn't Somebody Date Troy.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not used to all the pink and all the princess, and I will admit I did have a pile of stuffed animals like Julie has.
Did your stuffed animals have jock straps?
Every single one of them. But I'm pretty sure I just heard your cat speak, and I thought earlier we were talking, and you said that you had ripped out its vocal cords. So,
I attempted to.
Oh.
That was the neighbor's cat. It turns out I'm now being sued.
Dude, again, you can't admit this stuff in the podcast. So I'm going to have to go through and edit all this stuff out. Anyway, we're trying to talk about sports. Do you think basketball players don't wear jock straps, do they? I mean,
I've never seen underneath their shorts.
Have you ever when I always notice when a guy goes to set a hard screen and take a charge, he'll cup his hands over his nuts. Have you ever noticed that? So I'm guessing just from that fact alone that they don't have jock straps.
You may be onto something. And now, because you said the word nuts, we're going to have to put an explicit tag on this podcast.
Well, it's a true statement, you know. All right, instead of nuts, we can edit in later that.
What about testicles?
Let me make sure this mic works. Testicles 1, 2. Testicles 1. Anyway, so. Last night, what did you think of last night's game? Did you watch it? Did you see the replays?
Did not.
You see the highlights?
I did not.
Well, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James got fouled out in overtime, and Dwayne Wade missed the winning three-pointer at the buzzer, and Boston is now tied the series 2-2.
I like Boston.
You like Boston?
I do.
They are like to win the series?
No. I just like Boston. I like the band.
Are you talking about the city, or are you talking about
the band? I love that one song that they do.
We're trying to talk about sports here. Oh man! All right. Next subject. Let's find something else to talk about. I keep trying to read this stuff. It's all sad. Canadian body parts suspected in arrest in Berlin. What?
Canadian?
It says Canadian body parts suspect arrested in Berlin.
I'm intrigued.
There's no... Yeah, it's... Wow. A Canadian porn actor suspected... This is awful. We can't laugh at this. A Canadian porn actor is suspected of murdering and dismembering a Chinese student and mailing his body parts to Canada's top political parties. Wow. See, I think I left you speechless.
No. Do you think that's a new definition of spam mail? Junk mail? Hand mail?
Oh man, yeah, that's.
How would you feel if you got a package and it was a human torso? Would you feel?
I don't know. I would probably just call the cops and sit in my house in the nice air conditioning and stare at a wall for a while or something. I'd probably just be in shock. Wouldn't be able to believe it.
I think I would be kind of... I would say to myself, now that's an odd choice.
What's odd about...
Well, I wouldn't have remembered ordering that from Amazon. But maybe it's part of that Prime membership deal?
Wait a second. You would... I don't think Amazon sells body parts. I mean, maybe like a mannequin.
You haven't seen all of Amazon then.
Oh, really?
Do you have the Extreme Prime?
Does that exist? I'm going to Google it right now. Extreme. How do you spell that?
Double click on things.
click.
The best ads are the ones that flash.
What did you say it was called? Extreme
Prime.
Amazon.
Primal Rage.
Yeah, I'm Googling this. I am getting memory cards on Amazon. Hey, they have 5 stars. That's pretty good. And, Extreme Vaporizer.
Now, Troy, I don't want to alarm you, but this was an April Fool's joke.
What was?
There is no such thing as Amazon Prime Extreme.
But it's not April. It's May. Actually, it's June.
What?
The beginning of June.
What?
It's.
You're
June. Telling
me when the month is?
Next topic.
April Fools.
April Fools. Oh man. During the break, Aaron and I were talking about how I've been saying "oh man" a lot, and he was like, "You should say it like this." Go ahead, Aaron.
Oh man.
This probably isn't very funny. We should move on.
No, you know what? You're gonna laugh for 20 minutes, and then you're gonna rewind this, and then laugh for 20 minutes.
Okay. Google News. Back to this time it's business. Starbucks to expand food offering with La Boulange Bakery acquisition.
Great.
Yeah.
So just another way to lose $40 in the morning
when you go to pick up your coffee, right?
That's right.
It says 1/3 of Starbucks transactions include food. That's an interesting statistic.
There would be if it was interesting.
Starbucks plans to leverage bakery brand through multiple channels. It doesn't say anything else though, so it's like it's kind of a pointless. I don't know.
I think Starbucks needs to make a deal with Microsoft and EA and maybe Big Butter, and they should. That's right, the butter company, Big Butter.
What is that? Wait a second. So you're referring to companies that have what's essentially a monopoly in their area of business?
That's right.
In their field, yeah.
And they should all.
What was the name? Like a butter.
Big Butter.
Is that a real company?
No.
No.
But it's the Big Butter Corporation. They're the people that put butter in everything.
Oh.
See, it's like Big Brother, Big Butter.
Oh.
The lights are going on.
It took me a little bit.
They all need to join forces to form their own super evil corporation and sell to the masses. No, you know what? Let's do one better. They need to start their own dictatorship.
Are they going to buy a country? I mean, those companies combined, especially the butter company, can probably just buy, I don't know, maybe like Kazakhstan or something.
And they need to make every citizen in Kazakhstan download our podcast 20 hours a day to inflate the numbers. Thank you, evil, massive corporations.
It's going to be a communist dictatorship, huh? I was talking to a coworker of mine named Akos. He's from Hungary, and
I'm kind of hungry.
I'm sure he's heard that one like a million times. That's such a terrible joke.
Well, what about our listeners?
They probably thought it was pretty tasteless.
Well, if you thought it was really tasteless, send us an email. No, send your hate mail to troy.fischesser.
Good luck spelling that last name.
At gthong.com.
Gstring.com, is that where you're having
Jockstrap man. Jockstrap lover. 24.
Oh man. That's
Troy's catchphrase. If you're counting at home, he's already up to 2,078 oh mans. And this is a little game. If you're a drinking fan, you can play the drinking game of drink every time Troy says, oh man. And you should be pretty much completely intoxicated. And we look forward to seeing pictures of your hospital visit for the extreme levels of intoxication.
Please take pictures and send them to, what was my email address again?
Jockstraplover24.
I'm going to make that email. That's going to be our email. No kidding. That's going to be our email.
I'm looking forward to all the associations.
I was trying to talk about my coworker.
Yeah.
Gosh, you're so okay. Back on topic. My coworker Akos. He's from Hungary, and it's no more tasteless jokes.
You know what I want for breakfast tomorrow? An omelet.
What do you? An omelet.
Isn't it good to be hungry?
An omelet. An omelet.
How about another subject?
Okay. Well, we were talking about.
Hey,
omelets.
tell your friend Okalash.
Speaking of omelets,
tell your friend Okalash.
His name is Akos. Akos. Can you say that with me? Akos. It's not. He's not Ahmed the Dare terrorist. It's like it's Akos.
Akos.
With a K, not a CH.
Akos, we wish you and the many people of Hungary.
No, he doesn't. He lives. He's my coworker. He lives in the United States now.
Akos. I apologize for my friend and not supplying me with the correct facts. To make the right apology. Oh man, and that's the sound of a new topic.
All right.
Ding, ding, ding.
So let's it says how the topic of this is how low can Facebook go? I don't know if you heard, but Facebook
man.
So Facebook went public. They have stock now. I forget what they call that.
Stock.
It started off. They started at $30 per share. It jumped at right after opening. They went all the way up to $38, and now it is all the way down to about $26.50.
I heard about this.
Yeah,
It's a scam, apparently.
a scam.
They inflated the numbers when they first introduced the stock, and it sort of dipped at the end of the weekend. They sort of saw that coming. Here's the thing. Facebook is the best thing that ever happened to Hungary.
Why? What kind of effect has Facebook had on Hungary? That
You ever sit
that
at your computer looking at Facebook and all of a sudden you get hungry?
All the time. I mean, it's a very common problem.
Who do you think wins there? Big Butter.
Okay. Big Brother in
Big
Hungary
Butter.
and Big Butter in the United States is winning because of Facebook. Way to go, Facebook! You're making us all fatter.
Yeah. Here's one share that I'm not going to be sharing. This is the sound I make when I'm very uncomfortable. So what have I done today? I've admitted to being some sort of crazy, murdering, pedophile, cat abusing creep who shouts at his daughter. This is great. This is making me seem like the most wonderful person alive. It's a real limelight for me.
You have some very interesting political perspectives too on Big Butter.
I do bang my head against the wall a lot.
Oh man. Oh man,
that's the sound of a new topic.
I like this.
Here on Hey Listen. The first time we said it, but then you're like listening to it, it's like, actually, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, we should,
because it's going to be really hard to like listen, especially for me, like listen and then be like, oh, you idiot. I could see that so many times, but I play it to 50 of my friends and they're like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. It's because you're embarrassing yourself.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
But we really care less for embarrassing ourselves.
What is it that you said? It's called throwing...
I was saying we were throwing crap on the fan and where we were seeing where it's splattering.
Crap is another word for fecal matter and feces.
I'm glad we have to explain this.
It's also known as manure, poop, dung, is the more common. Dung. Popular choice, Troy. Popular choice.
Yeah, I like the popular choice.
Back in the older days. Yeah. It's also got a few other words associated with it, but we're going to spare our audience. Unless you got the beeps, I can just let the expletives fly at this point.
We should have a section called bleeps or something like that, where we just like take random words of your sentences and start bleeping them out.
So it makes it sound like something incredibly dirty
like
you're saying.
Cussing, but you're not.
I love that idea.
I really like that idea.
I love that idea.
I mean, we could bleep out this section right here.
Right.
What if every time we said bleep, it was not bleep? We had a beep in there.
What if we did, the bleep. Like, the other day, I had a huge...
A huge what?
But it would be bleep that.
A huge bleep. Okay.
I woke up in the morning, and I had...
Oh, my God.
Such huge...
Dude, what are we going to call this segment? Like, it's story time or something like that, right?
Okay.
I like this.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, right? And then we'll have you tell a story. Or we'll talk about a story or something, and we'll just start bleeping out random words.
Yeah, like the other day, I saw a kid, and he was trying to cross the street, and I walked up to him, and I said, "Stop that!" And then I grabbed his.
Did what?
I grabbed his.
Grabbed what?
His. Very firmly. I placed 2 of my own hands on his.
Oh my gosh!
When I was placing my hands on his, I him very, very hard.
Wait, you yanked him?
I him. He said it hurt.
Yeah. I imagine it would hurt.
But I'm a burly individual, and I continually him until he was moving in the same direction that I was moving into, and eventually we were able to his hand was a little red afterwards because of the intense that I gave him. And I used 2 hands, on a child. That's a large amount of on another small boy.
It's a little bit inappropriate. So you think, like, it could be like child abuse? You could be in trouble for making his so red.
Here's the thing.
What's the thing, Aaron?
He was.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I would think I have diplomatic immunity at that point.
Oh my god!
Can you edit the intention?
Oh man, I don't know if I can edit the.
Oh, you could just bleep it out.
I could. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna bleep it out.
So that was the end of that story. We concluded that story.
This has been story.
Well,
time.
do you have a story that you would like to share?
Oh, I kind of already did share my story about.
That was more of an education, but
yeah.
Okay. So that's our segment.
What are you nuts? We're gonna use that over and over and over. It's gonna be ingrained in people's brains. It's gonna be very funny.
I want somebody to say, "What are you nuts?" Just randomly walking down the street.
Somebody recognizes you from the very visual podcast.
Somebody who is not chasing me because I took their wallet.
How often does that happen?
Only every time I take somebody's wallet. Which lately, the economy and everything has been a hourly thing for me.
So you're a child abuser. You are you rip the vocal cords out of cats, and now you're talking about stealing people's wallets. You're going to jail as soon as we publish this podcast. There's no doubt about it. Well, his name's Aaron Moyer. He lives at Reflections, or no, he doesn't live at Reflections. That's where he did live. So
we'll keep
it kind of secret and see if the cops can find you.
That's right.
Find the infamous Aaron Moyer. Oh man.
So.
Oh man.
So, actually, a funny thing happened to me the other day.
Yeah, so give us some insight into your life. What's been happening?
Sure. I was cleaning out a few of the bodies from my closet. They were smelling. They were decaying. It was awful.
Yeah? How long had they been in there?
I don't know. When did I file that missing persons report?
You filed the report?
Well, I wanted to leave a trace of my work.
Oh, okay, I understand.
This is completely
like Dexter.
Infactual whatsoever. Factual?
It's completely factual.
It's fiction.
It's factual.
It's factualing fiction.
Okay. Anyway, so these bodies, what did you do with them?
I just burned them out back. But anyway, what happened afterwards?
That's not the important part.
No, not at all. So I must have jarred something in the closet at some point. But to be honest, I was just sitting in my office chair and I heard a loud crashing noise inside of the closet. And I opened up the closet.
Was one of the bodies alive? Is that what happened? It was. Is somebody coming back?
No,
to get you?
I took them out back and burned them. There are no more bodies.
Wait. So what? Okay. All right. So there's no bodies. How? All right. So anyway, you go to the closet.
I open the closet and all of the things.
There's zombies everywhere. Right. Right? Is that's what's going to happen, right?
It's actually starting to sound a lot better than my actual story.
All right. Go ahead. Sorry.
No.
This is completely factual.
Completely factual on that.
Zombies everywhere.
Zombies everywhere. Bodies.
Burned in the backyard
of
your apartment.
That's right. It's called observational humor, and we can all relate to my story of intense bodies and zombies strewn about in a closet.
Yeah, everybody has zombies in the closet. So, dude, finish the story.
Would you let me?
Yeah, I'm very curious as to.
But not bi-curious.
No comment. Moving along. What was in the closet?
All my stuff and belongings on the floor because the shelf in the closet had collapsed.
Oh, that's not very exciting.
Well, it was very exciting.
It was?
Well, I guess in a non-exciting way, it was kind of exciting.
Were the lights off and
it startled me at first.
You heard a violin going.
There are no violins in there. No. So, me being the handyman, I thought, well, I'll just put it back together. And so I went over to that Home Depot store and walked around and asked a couple.
I think we might have to bleep out Home Depot. Yeah, we're going to have to bleep it out.
Well, fortunately for us, this podcast is brought to you today by
Home Depot.
Home Depot.
And if we don't get sponsored, then I'm going to bleep them out.
Well, we'll see about it. We'll talk. Home Depot, talk to me. Okay, I shouldn't say that so many times.
No, it's going to be annoying to bleep out. Go ahead. So you went to the store.
I went to the store.
I
got my stuff. I went back. I put the stuff together. It just took hours. I put the shelf back up as best as I could to my natural God-given abilities.
Did you like have a drill or what did you use to?
I used a screwdriver.
A screwdriver. You screwed screws back into the wall
and Himalayan teeth.
So wait a second. You screwed screws into the wall, but you didn't. You probably didn't find the studs or anything, did you?
Why find them when I'm one right now?
Anyway.
Anyway, no, I didn't use an official stud finder outside of myself. And
I wonder if this microphone is picking up my beard. Can you hear that?
I can't actually hear. I don't have any headphones on.
Well, I can hear it.
And this segment is called Troy's Beard.
This is the sound it makes.
If you want to visualize Troy's beard, if you rip out some of your own armpit hair and place it on your face.
You should definitely try this at home.
Anyway, I finally put the shelf back together as best as I could. I started re-hanging up all my clothes. I started putting boxes on, and when I became 3/4 of the way through...
3/4? I thought you told me you had like 2 boxes left.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's further than 3/4. So you're
it could
about
be
to put up the last
if you do
boxes.
the math correct.
Well, I don't do math. What do you... This isn't about math. I thought you said no.
Well, what if I had 8 boxes?
Okay, so there's 8 boxes.
Anyway, it collapsed again. Long story short.
Well, that was
actually a short story long.
Short story long. That's more like what happened.
And it collapsed, and I immediately began an intense rampage outside. I started setting things on fire.
You already set the bodies on fire. That wasn't enough for you?
I already had a fire. I just pushed them off to the side and started many other fires. It was a rage fest for me.
So what happened? Did you like burn down the apartment complex? Well, I mean, what?
To be honest, I didn't.
You no?
I cried.
Are you still crying? Is that...
No. We need to move on.
Is that here? I'm pretty sure he's crying right now.
We need to move on.
Wow, you're like a method actor. You're talented. He's crying. He is right now. He's actually crying. Anyway, all right. So next topic. We're gonna talk about the fortune cookies. What about these fortune cookies?
Do you know where fortune cookies have come from?
No. I have no idea. I imagine they're from Japan or China or something.
That's really racist.
I'm the racist one. I'm the one that has to bleep out Mexican every single time you say it. I'm going to have to bleep that out, too. I love this bleeping show.
No, I really don't know.
You wanted me to tell you.
I'm proud of you.
Why?
Because you've lasted this long.
That's what she said. Oh man!
Fortune cookies. They're a great snack
in bed.
And that is the name of the game.
Every time you read of the segment is in bed.
Every time you read a fortune, you follow it up with the 2 words "in bed."
Oh, this was a lot of fun yesterday. I wish we had the recorder on us at that point because we were dying. It was hilarious.
We literally were dying. Someone died. Literally. So anyway, after the person died, we realized how incredibly funny it really was. And if you ever get the chance to play that game, we highly recommend it with all your friends and people that find things incredibly offensive. We recommend you play with them as well. Definitely
people that are easily offended. That sounds like a great idea.
And if it's a first date and you know for a fact that person will find things to be incredibly offensive, just bust a move and get it out there. In bed jokes, fortune cookies, do it. Even if it's not at a Chinese restaurant. Bring some with you.
Where are you getting fortune cookies?
Amazon Prime.
I wonder if they do have fortune cookies. We should check that out. I want some fortune cookies. Oh, we should have had... We need a segment where we have fortune cookies. So I'm going to have to get on Amazon Prime and find some fortune cookies.
You could do that.
And then we're going to crack one open and be like, in bed.
You want to crack them open in bed?
Yeah. Crack them open.
What kind of podcast is this?
But
okay, so that's a thing we did.
Well, let's name some. Do you remember any of them? Any of the fortunes?
No, I
really
don't, not by heart.
Oh my gosh, dude, some of them were so funny. The last one that was read was I read it, and it was probably the funniest one. I think just about everybody lost it. It was like something along the lines of a small package can be enjoyed by the whole family. Or a small gift.
And that's Troy's nickname.
That's what made it so funny, right? Oh man! There it is again. I need to do something about that.
Oh man!
Oh man!
We got something else we need to talk about.
What else do we need to talk about?
I want to talk about you, Troy.
About me?
I want to get to know.
Get to know me?
Troy.
Okay.
Well. And not in bed.
Well, I did say earlier, or that's right, I didn't say.
Here's a segment.
I denied whether I was bi-curious.
Oh, we all know you're not. Here's a segment, a possible segment.
A possible segment.
Tell me something I don't know.
Something you don't know about myself.
Me? The audience? People?
Okay.
How do we get to know Troy? Intimately.
In bed.
Sensually.
In bed. Me and my small gift. Oh man. Jeez, we gotta do something about that.
Tell me his childhood story of Troy.
Childhood story of Troy.
That doesn't involve your uncle.
Do you want something like happy or
I want
sad?
I want a story that leaves our listeners going, oh, what? Why? How could he? Oh, that's disgusting. Dear Lord.
I have a few stories, disgusting stories. I remember when I first got potty trained, oh my gosh, dude.
What? Troy, that's disgusting.
I didn't even say anything yet.
Giving the people what they want.
I didn't. My first time going without my mom in the bathroom with me. I think I was 3, maybe 4.
That's better than me. I was 24.
So I'm like 3 or 4 years old. We're still living in Ohio at this point. That's how I know about what age I am, or I was. And I didn't wipe. I came out and my mom's like, "Did you go?" I'm like, "Yeah, I went." She's like, "Did you wipe?" And I was like, "Oops!" And it was all over. It was all over everything, man.
I was saving the best part for you.
Can you imagine me walking? "Hey, Mom, I was saving the best part for you." So anyway, Aaron, tell us something about yourself.
Something about myself.
Yeah. Tell us a good childhood story.
Good childhood story.
Good, not necessarily good. Could be really bad.
Oh, very dark.
But definitely not involving your uncle. Or my uncle.
Okay. That eliminates 3/4 of my stories.
1/4 because of your uncle and 2/4 because of mine. 2/4 as in 1/2.
Troy specializes in audio and not the math department.
I could have been a mathematician.
That's right. I bet you can't even add math.
Yeah, I can.
Add it.
MATH.
That is correct.
See, I know how to add.
That joke is brought to you by slow people. Slow people, making the world's normal people seem really, really fast.
Oh my god. Okay. So something about yourself.
A story about me.
Yeah.
I was a bit of a bully, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You have a few kids in your school? Your homeschool?
No, I'm at the farm.
Okay, so there's a few kids at the farm you used to bully.
Yeah, I used to give them strawberry wedgies.
What? Okay, what is a strawberry wedgie?
So
please define this for us.
It's kind of like making strawberry jam, but not really. What you do, it's
you have my attention. I'm very curious.
We all know about. So on this farm, they had a strawberry patch, and people would pick strawberries, and for
that's usually what you do at a strawberry patch, anyway.
Well, not me. I was doing strawberry wedgies.
Oh, okay. So strawberry wedgies.
So
what the heck is a strawberry wedgie?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, it's kind of like your standard wedgie, only instead of pulling straight up the wedgie, you actually open up the trousers.
Did you just fart?
No.
Okay.
You open up the back end, throw a couple of strawberries in there, and then proceed with the rest.
And then you give them a wedgie and the strawberry. Yeah, I think everybody gets it.
And here's the thing, though, that I wasn't too smart about.
Okay.
I did that to the boss's son.
Oh, Aaron. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. You think I'm slow.
And, well, so everything was cool up until the point when his dad approached me and said, Aaron, if I find one more strawberry stain in my son's underwear again, I'm going to throw a watermelon down your trunks.
He said a watermelon. Is this true?
This is true.
This is true. Oh my gosh. I mean, usually you lie about everything, but
yeah, this
is fictional.
Oh, it's non-fictional.
No, it's factual.
Factual. It's factually non-fictional.
So it's fictional.
Non-fictional.
Well, okay, if that's what you want to say.
Non-fiction?
It's fictional.
That means fake.
I'm glad I got you to explain it to me. Okay. I'm just messing with you, man.
Okay. Well, okay. I am very clear of the definition of fictional and non-fictional. And this is very non-fictional. Everything was cool. In the end, I clearly stopped doing that.
Yeah.
And
you didn't want a watermelon in your underwear.
No, but it was one of these weird places. This farm.
You probably did want a watermelon in your underwear. I think there was something else going on.
You know what? I can tell 100 different stories about farm, and I'm gonna save them.
Yeah.
But I do have a few, and
I bet there's some good ones. I have a few good ones of fighting with my brothers because I have an older brother and a younger brother. I'm the middle child, and there's some good stories there.
Yeah.
There's some really good stories.
Well, you know what? We'll save them for another exciting edition of
What Are You Nuts? So, we just want to say thanks. You know, you guys made it through this ridiculous podcast.
This ridiculous first of many, hopefully.
Hopefully. Many, many to come.
And hopefully we'll learn what crap, as Troy has eloquently put earlier in the podcast, will stick.
Yeah, and hopefully when crap hits the fan, we're going to see where it sticks to the walls.
And hopefully we can get some good feedback too from anyone, and we appreciate.
Please, we really appreciate any feedback that you got for us.
We do appreciate it, and we appreciate your commitment. We feel that you made a very smart choice in listening to, and you probably even learned something.
Yeah, probably, because I mean, I don't know what I was gonna say. I'm tired.
You're probably just gonna say, "Oh man,
oh man."
Okay, guys, have a good one.
Peace
I wish I had a better closer than that.
It is what it is.
Sniff some glue.
Go huff some some dung.
After we thank them, we insult them.
Yeah, you definitely made a smart decision, because if you hadn't listened to this podcast, you'd be dead right now.
That's true.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.